Happy Hour, adult podcast. Happy Hour, adult podcast.
Hey, welcome to the chat. We be sipping that tea. The Happy Hour adult podcast. Subscribe to me. Peoria for real. No sugar-coated lies. We gonna talk our shit. Peoria vibes.
Hey, welcome everybody to episode, 12, 13 or some shit. I don't know. I'm really to the point where I'm about to stop numbering the episodes, but welcome to this episode of the Chapai Hour Adult Podcast, Pure's exclusive podcast, allegedly. Not really. Nobody listens, but I talk anyway. Welcome to this episode of The Chap. I am your host, Justin Chapai. I just wanted to make a quick, I don't know, this probably be 20, 30 minutes, maybe. I don't fucking know. I just wanted to do a quick little recap of my first 10 episodes, 11 episodes, or whatever the fuck, It's been a ride, I guess, man. It's something that I am learning on the fly, as they say. And doing the interviews and the editing and all that shit, putting stuff out, that's the easy part. Like, the hard part is like promotion and getting eyes on the content and shit. But until I'm able to put money into it, it is what it is. I don't really give a fuck at this point. My whole demographic that I was looking for is just you, people from Peoria, the 309. That's what this platform is for, is to give our people like somewhere they could go and promote themselves or their business or whatever the fuck it is they got going on. Charities, restaurants, bars, taco trucks, real estate businesses and shit, But it's been an interesting ride, and the production is always only going to get better, you know what I mean? From my first episode to the last one, it's like night and day, and it's actually something that I take pride in. But I want to recap these first few 10 episodes or so that I have. So the first episode that I had was just me, I was pretty excited to finally get this shit rolling. I talked about it for 10 fucking years. 10 fucking years. I talked about doing a podcast. And I have no fucking idea why the fuck I didn't do this like 10 years ago. I mean, fuck. I could have put 10 years of work into this shit already. So far, it's been like, I think 8 months or so. Something like that. But yeah, it's coming along. It's going to take time. I know that. Or, Ice Cube has a quote where he says, if you're not willing to make a quarter on whatever the fuck it is that you're trying to do for the first 5 years, it's not worth it. I know that sounds fucking crazy, but it is what it is. And truthfully, I don't even look at this podcast as like an opportunity to make money one day. Maybe that will come. Hey, that'd be awesome. But like, that's not like the goal. The goal is just to have conversations with people. It's that simple. I like talking, and you know what? People like talking about themselves. Like, for real. Everybody likes talking about themselves and what they got going on. So it's pretty cool. So my first guest I had on was my brother, Roy Boy, Jamal Ken Anderson. Man, Jamal's been like literally like big brother to me for the longest. Not so much big brother now, because I grew up. I have my own opinions finally. No, I'm just playing, but he's big bro to me, and it was an honor for him to fucking come on and be the first guest. He supported me, and it was funny because let's say a couple months after I started podcasting, he started tattooing and whatnot, and for him being my first guest and believing in me, I let his ass tattoo me on my leg. No one's ever gonna say it, but it's his first tattoo ever, and I'm proud of it. But yeah, that episode was pretty cool, man. He's somebody that's simple to talk to. Yeah, I mean, he's always down for a good conversation. And I appreciate you, buddy, for coming on. And of course, you'll be on again. Well, you was on with Katie too, but trust me, you'll be on a lot of episodes for sure. Oh god! So here, my fucking third podcast with my baby mama, Jessica Halpin. I don't think I ever watched it, but some of the reels I saw were pretty funny. People don't really understand mine and her relationship. It's it's totally fucked, bro. It's fucked. I'll be dead fucking honest about it. It's crazy, you know. There's never a boring day with her. I'll tell you that much. But you know, we got our kid. We got Charlie. We're bonded for life. As much as, you know, we probably fucking hate it, but you know, she's my homie. She at the end of the day, she's a good person, even though she has done some crazy fucking shit, especially with my podcast stuff. Let's be very honest about the situation. But here, I'll tell you guys this. So she's the one who invested into most of this stuff. So when she destroys stuff, it's stuff that she bought. So yeah, it sucks because it stops me from having shows and being able to do this and whatnot. But she buys it again, and then if I do something to piss her off, she destroys it again. And so it's a fucking toxic fucking little repeated cycle that fucking happens. But we're working on it and shit. You know what I mean? We're working on it. Like I said earlier, man, we got to work on being co-parents and friends and shit like that, you know, instead of trying to like be with each other. But yeah, that's another story. Let's see, episode 4. Ooh, or was Bree D, and the D is for dependable. Actually, it's for something else, I think, but I ain't gonna shag. Hey, that's my homie though. She I do know it took a lot for her to fucking do the podcast because she was so nervous about it. And you know, when it comes to like guests coming on, especially friends, you know, my job is to interview you in a way that you don't even fucking realize that you're being interviewed, you know. Make you so comfortable that you don't even think about the mics and the fucking camera and shit like that. And if I could get my white friends to slip up and say the N-word, I know I got them comfortable as fuck. But don't worry, people. You know, I got you if you need me to edit it out. You know, shit slips up. You're a product of your environment. I get it. Shit. For example, episode fucking 5 with Josh Shook. He fucking said it like 10 times and was like, well, whatever, bro. Like, you are who you are, you know. But that episode was fucking weird, dog. Like, weird. Josh is he's a different cat. He's a different cat. I don't have like too much negative to say about him. I talk about him a lot on the podcast, but he's a great dude when he's sober, and then when he's drunk, he's a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? That's just plain and simple how it goes, and it is what it is. You know, he'll probably always be like that, or he won't. But yeah, he came on. It was like a spur of the moment thing, and I appreciate him for coming on. You know, he opened himself up and was pretty vulnerable, truthfully. So yeah, shout out to Josh for coming on. Oh yeah, and let's go back to episode motherfucking 3. Bree, thank you for coming on too. I love you, sis. And let's see here. Episode 6 was with Jack Hyde. Now at that time, everybody and their fucking mom was asking me when the fuck Jack was coming on the podcast. And you know, it was a decent one. We talked about a lot. Jack's been through a lot. He's a special cat. A lot of people probably had bad experiences with him from like way back though. He's definitely changed now, in a way. You know, he's my boy. He's my sniper. He's always got my back. He's my brother. So I love him. Shout out to Jack. He actually just saw this last night. He went fishing with me. So yeah, snitch. Let's see, episode 7 was with Don Lamar. And I'll tell you what, I never met Don in my life until that morning. And like, holy shit, did that dude light a fire underneath my eyes. Like, he's so like motivational, inspirational. You know, he manifests, he talks things into existence. Like, I was listening to him talk, and I know he believes what he's saying. You know what I mean? What the things that he's saying that he's going to have one day, I believe him, because he's going to get there one way or another. He's a fucking hustler. He's young. You know, he's got a fucking big ass mansion. He's got a real estate business, taco business, and shit like that. Cafe and whatnot. He's doing big fucking things. Like, for real. Like, he's doing big things, and he's positive as fuck. Like, for real, positive as fuck. And he's definitely gonna come on again for sure. Shout out to you. Let's go. Let's see here. Episode 8 was with my son Carter. Now, that was a fun one. That was the second one we did, because we did a podcast maybe 2 or 3 weeks before that, and then my phone fucked up. It ran out of storage memory in the middle of the podcast. And when we were done, I looked at my phone. It didn't save any of it. It was just like nothing. It was so fucking disappointing. So that was the second one that we did, and he's a pretty cool kid. You know, he's becoming his own man. He's 14 now. Started boxing. He's a fucking great kid. Yeah, he was excited to put himself out there a little bit. He was a little reserved, but that's just him. He's 14. But yeah, thanks, Carter, for coming on. And I know you'll probably do it again one day. I'll probably do one with you and Bray Bray sometime. That'd be cool. Maybe me, Brad, you, and Bray. That'd be cool for sure. But yeah, shout out to you, Carter. Episode 9 was Katie Bill and Roy Boy Jamal. Man, I've been fucking begging Katie and Bridget for a long time. Do my podcast, dog. And like, if they're tipsy or drunk or something, they're like, let's fucking do it. Why not? And then sober, nowhere to be found. They're like, fuck that. You know what I mean? But Katie, I don't know. She grew some balls, had some 99 shots, and came on and did a fucking amazing job. Like, she was just herself. That's who Katie is. She is a fucking riot. She is. She's my homegirl, dog. She's like a sister to me, and I was so proud of her for coming on and just having a good show, you know, even with the moral support of Jamal. So yeah, shout out to you, Katie. I'm sure you'll be on one day again, and thanks to Jamal for coming on that one to help her out. So 10, episode 10 was with Jessica Simpson and my baby mama, Jessica Halpin. That one was for Simpson specifically, but Halpin wanted to come on too, so why not? They're my Jessicas. Well, they used to be my Jessicas. You know, I mean, it's a funny joke from back in the day. But it was a good one. Simpson is a beautiful fucking soul. I love her to death. Like, she's numero uno, like, as a girl space friend of mine. She's the shit. She's always one of those people that will listen, you know what I mean, and not necessarily tell you what the fuck you need to do, but just someone who will listen. And sometimes that's all you need. But trust me, she'll tell you sometimes what the fuck you need to do, type of shit. So thanks for coming on, and I already know you're going to be on it again probably real soon, because I want to do a River Rats podcast. And it's going to be me, Halpin, Simpson, Jack, and Bree, probably down at the river fishing. That'd be dope. So we'll figure that one out. In episode 11, my mom, Vanessa Farrar. Shoo, man, that was a good one. Like, my mom, low key, was spitting game to me, like telling me, you know, about myself a little bit, and kind of about shit that I deal with and put up with too. So it was a good one. She's definitely gonna come on too. There's a lot more to talk about with my mom. You know what I mean? Most of these, these episodes are kind of just, they're all introductions. I don't know when exactly I'm gonna start having repeated guests, like specifically for them, but I know I will. And for now, I'm just trying to get, as many different people on as possible. But it is what it is. It's kind of hard to do. It's kind of hard to schedule and shit. I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But yeah, my mom's a shit, and thanks for coming on. Love you. So yeah, that's a recap of my first 10 episodes and whatnot. And shout out to all those people for coming on, supporting me. Shout out to all those people that have listened. Each video probably has 140 views or some shit like that. It's not a shit ton of fucking views, you know what I mean? And it's kind of hard to sit there and listen to a whole show for an hour. I get it, you know what I mean? But fuck the views. I just want to put content out. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if nobody listens to it. I don't give a fuck if I don't give a fuck if the guests don't listen to it. You know what I mean? It's just a recorded conversation, and it's probably be there forever until the internet gets shut down by Russia. But yeah, let's see here. So I've been thinking about some future plans with the show and whatnot, and I'm always open to suggestions. So if anybody, want to say or throw me a few ideas or whatnot, that'd always be cool. I'm not one to sit there and be offended and shit. So yeah, if anybody wants to holler at me, talk about the show, go for it. My future plans, I want to start doing shows at bars or restaurants, local bars and restaurants, and not like when it's fucking Friday night at 11, but like a Tuesday at fucking 3 p.m. When it's dead and it's not so fucking loud, and packed and whatnot. I think it'd be cool. Have some food, talk to the person that's the guest that day. I've been thinking about pop-up booths. And you're probably like, what the fuck is that? But like, maybe like during the fucking St. Patty's parade, like I was thinking about setting up a little booth somewhere along the parade, and like people could come up and talk to me if they want to. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly what the fuck to talk about, but I could just interview random people off the street, something like that. Or maybe have a pop-up booth on a Saturday night in the middle of June at 4 o'clock in the morning when the club's closed, and just fucking interview drunk people or some shit like that. Just something fun. But yeah, those are a couple things I was planning to do with the show. As far as like future guests, man, there's so many fucking people that I would love to just have on. Like my brothers, Brad Chapai and Elliot Gordon, aka Boogie. I would love them to come on. I think me, him, and Boogie should probably do one on like the draft or some shit. I don't know. There's so many people from high school and shit that I would love to interview. So many fucking people. I don't know if I just start dropping names, you know what I mean? Maybe people will listen to it. Hey, I heard your name was dropped on that podcast show. But shit, let's hear Walter Burns. I would love to interview him. Ty Marcus, Linwood, his punk ass. But he works too much, He works on putting on his shirts. Oh, fuck, I'm just playing your big ass. He still dunk on you. No, let's see here. Fucking Matt Miller. He's down in Arizona. Kenny Zapata, Kevin Moore. I would love to interview them, especially virtually, because they're down there. Unless they come up here at some point in time, that'd be cool. Monte, I think he'll be a good one. Brian Massey, I think he'll be a good one. Fuck. Carlos Brown is somebody I played football with. He's I'm sure he'll be a good one. Fuck. Adrian Smith, interview him in his big ass bottom lip. That'd be fun. Fucking Zach Belk. Let's see. My grandpa know that fucking much. That motherfucker probably get arrested though. He do a podcast. I want to definitely interview like some bar owners and shit like that, like people who own local businesses. If anybody wants to do it, you know what I mean. A lot of people are kind of shy about it and whatnot. But Jim and Amanda Hand, I want them to come on because they got their. Or I know his wife Amanda has a frozen food. Something I don't know, but it sounds interesting. It's like dry freezed food or some shit, like candy stuff. I don't know, but have them come on. I want like Bridget and Jason to come on. They are a fucking hilarious couple. I think that would be a fucking good one. That's Katie's twin sister. Nick Bill, Nick Bill's the shit. I would love to have his ass on. I'm sure he's the one who got beat up by that garbage can. I don't know if anybody ever saw that video, but it went viral for some fucking reason. I think it'd be cool to interview an old football coach like Andy Simmons or Adam O'Neill. He's that coach at Morton. You know, Tim Thornton. He just went down to Florida, but it would be cool to interview him. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's tons of people I like to interview. So I don't think there's a shortage on people that I would like to have on. But yeah, if you do want to come on though, you know, just hit me up. It's really simple. However, like I am not going to. I'm not going to sit and chase your ass to do that. I'm not going to go looking for you. If we have a date scheduled and that day comes and you don't message me at all, you know, I'm not gonna fucking sit there and message you. Hey, are we going? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna worry about it. I can't. That's one thing that I've noticed. Is time is valuable, and I've canceled a lot on my end too. You know what I mean? 'Cause sometimes my daughter's not doing so well that day, so I have to, you know, pay attention and take care of her whole situation. I can't do that and this at the same time. Yeah, you know, I'll reschedule with you until the end of time, so don't even trip. If you want to get on. Hit me up. Like I said, it's simple. Inbox me. We'll chop it up. It'll be fun. It's Peoria's platform, man. So yeah. That's all. I just wanted to come on and talk just a little bit about things. This wasn't going to be some hour-long podcast. You know, it's late anyway. I'm fucking tired. Shouldn't hit that weed before I did this. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, new episodes will be starting to be cached next week or so. Just waiting for a piece of equipment because my red ass baby mama. But it's all good. Yeah, so be on the lookout for other shit, and thanks for listening. Once again, I am your host, Justin Chapai. This is the Chap, aka the Chappy Hour Adult Podcast. Thanks.